Hey, well, I thought I'd give a little insight into my breast cancer story since it is October and it's breast cancer month. And I was also diagnosed in October, the 19th, 2006. I was 25 years old. I had no family history, none of that. And what happened is I found the lump. God impressed me to do a self-breast exam on myself, and I did. And I found a lump. And then I waited a month before I went to the doctor. It was getting sore, and then I was sort of getting worried. And which I had a feeling it was cancer. But, I went, and I wish I shouldn't have waited a month, because when I got the results back from lumpectomy, thank goodness for Dr. Faze, because he's the one that took it out and everything, which it looked like scar tissue. And he didn't think it was, but in my heart, I knew it was. But, so he took it out, and then a week later I found out, and then he sent me to Charlottesville. So I had Dr. Brennan. He's my surgeon, and when you're young and have breast cancer, you don't think of the other health issues or what it all entails. Like, I always wanted kids, but since high school, I always felt like I would have to adopt. I always felt like something would be wrong with me where I couldn't actually physically have kids. I think God was trying to prepare me then for this. But, I found out it was stage 3A. It was estrogen positive. So along with estrogen, they really pushed for me to have a total hysterectomy, which I did. Because I said, well, you could also pass it on to your children and all that. And I didn't want to do that. I always wanted to have kids, but like I said, I always thought I'd have to adopt. And, there's nothing wrong with that. There's so many kids out there that need a home. But, at 2025, it's hard to make that decision. But I was facing that too. And, the main reason why I chose that is because there is a high link between breast cancer and ovarian cancer, and especially since it was estrogen positive. It's really a no-brainer for me. So I had the total hysterectomy at 28, which, like I said, that losing a breast was easy. It was simple, for me. But taking that, the total hysterectomy, I had the hardest time with. But I went to Charlottesville. Sorry, got off track. I went to Charlottesville, and you could tell God was in this already, because all the doctors that wasn't supposed to be there was, and they were willing to meet with me and rearrange their schedule. So I met with a psychiatrist, I met with a plastic surgeon. They actually did a node biopsy after a meeting that was scheduled. So, God was working, and Dr. Brennan's nurses was like, this never happens. All these doctors that are not supposed to be here are here, and more than that, they're willing to see you. They're changing their whole schedules to meet with you. So, that's God working right there. And then I met with a psychiatrist. That was funny. She thought, well, do you blame God for this, happening and stuff? I said, no. I said, I don't blame God at all. I said, I asked for a trial and I got one. And, and I just asked God to keep a smile on my face and to try to let me be an example and to let him shine through me and stuff. And she thought I was nuts. So she called my mom in and said, "Is this girl for real?" Mom's like, "Oh yeah, that's how she is." I said, "Yeah, she's real." But I mean, I guess she hadn't encountered anybody like that, yeah, God doesn't give you cancer, but He allows it to happen. And I think, and I was asking for a trial because everybody around me is having trials, and I was like, "Hey, Lord, where's my trial?" And be careful what you ask for. The first day I was diagnosed, it's scary. And I went to the bathroom and I prayed, because I didn't know what else to do. I was scared out of my mind, but I asked God. I said, "God," "I'm not going to ask you if I'm going to live or die," because at that point I really didn't want to know the answer. But I said, "Just keep a smile on my face. Help me to let you shine through me, no matter what, and to be a witness." And honestly, that perfect peace that you always hear about, well, He gave it to me. I can't complain. I mean, so I went to Charlottesville and all that and everything, and I had to take 6 months of chemotherapy. I took that at Norton. They were wonderful. The cancer center there. I mean, they become family. And so I had 6 months of chemotherapy down there, and then I went back up to Charlottesville to have my mastectomy done. And it was rough, but it all worked out. I mean, do I miss my breast today? No. I wish I would have. I asked them to take the other one off too, but they didn't because it wasn't an infected breast. But I wish I would have pushed harder for that. But and after that, I took after mastectomy, I took 5 weeks of radiation. I was working at Hardee's at the time when I was diagnosed, so I took 6 months off for the chemotherapy, and then I worked through my radiation. And another stupid thing too is, they had me try to get like disability or something just for that short time, and I couldn't get it, which makes no sense. It was something, I don't know, but if you're facing a life crisis like that, you should be able to get a little bit of disability. You work, you should be able to get some sort of help during the time that you're going to be off. Well, anyway. So, this 15 years has flown by, but it seems like yesterday since I got the news, and I mean, I told my friends and family, and I mean, chemo really got me down. I'm not gonna lie. There's nights and days that I pray that God will just take me. I said, "Lord," I said, "if this is how it's going to be," I said, "then just kill me now and get it over with." I mean, the bone pain, it was miserable. Anyway, after chemo, though, I mean, I had my checks done. I still get a mammogram done every year, and so far, things have been good. But if I happen to get it again, I hope that I treated it like I did this time. The first time I was diagnosed. Just depend on God, because He's the only one that you can truly depend on at all times. But during this time, I also did not drive. I mean, I had a car, but I didn't drive. So I would have to find people to take me to like Charlottesville or to the cancer center and stuff like that. And God provided. Every appointment I had, there was somebody willing to take me. And, you know, that's God working too. I mean, God is definitely in the small details. But anyway, I just thought I'd give a brief update on that.